How are you doing this morning, Tyler?
I am cool and I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Enjoying my morning cafe. Have you got yours?
I just had mine, so now
It's not good enough.
I'm caffeinated.
I'm also super excited for this podcast. Do you think we should tell our listeners what it's about as they've been waiting so patiently?
Yes, please. Can you just give us a really nice and brief introduction? That's what we need.
Yeah, I think I can do that. So our aim is to provide positivity, insight, and an inspiring and fruitful way to start your mornings through this community of listeners. That's basically the aim. And also, I think it's important to highlight that a lot of people are quite lonely at the moment. So we're here to let you know that you're not alone, and hopefully starting your morning in this way, you won't feel so lonely, and you won't be consumed by that feeling of solitude that we're experiencing at the moment, a lot of us. Anything to add?
That's great. Yes, indeed. I mean, times like these, we all should be looking after each other, and whether it's through the mediums we have, telephone, texting, or through Skype, through Zoom. The best thing is, if you're missing your friends, pick up your telephone, give them a call. Let's go old-fashioned, because human to human
interaction. Letters. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I can do it.
We should do this.
You should be my pen pal.
Just like I will. I will. Speaking of how, do you want to tell everyone how it all started?
Yeah, if I must. However, I just want to make one important point about the topics that we will be looking at in this podcast, because I think people want to know. So we're both super into lifestyle and the visual arts, because that's where our area of expertise lies, isn't it? So we're going to be looking at nutrition, recipes, workouts, theatre, poetry, amongst other stuff as well. But I really want to say that this wouldn't be half as enriching or even positive without our amazing guests that will be coming in from time to time to spice things up. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. But yes, so how I met your mother. I'm not his mother, just to clarify. Once upon a time, this was about a year ago now, wasn't it? Yeah, it's coming up to like a year. We met in Starbucks. I have a fabulous friend, and basically I was going to help him with a house viewing. So I went into Starbucks to get us some caffeinated beverages to keep us going. And basically, I needed to go to the toilet afterwards. I had these hot coffees, and I'm not one to travel light, so I always had like 1,000 bags on me. And yeah, so I was kind of looking around to see if anybody had like a trustworthy face kind of thing. And then I just saw this person staring at me when I was in the queue to the toilet, and I thought, hopefully it'll be fine. Anyway, so I think I asked you, or you asked me what I was studying. I don't know. We had a bit of a chit chat, and I just said, would you mind holding my stuff? I went to the toilet, I came back, and then you told me that you were like a producer and that you were into acting, and I was like, I'm into acting. And then we exchanged numbers, because I think you had like a music video or something that you were going to do. I don't know, I can't really remember, but it was something along those lines. And then basically he hasn't stopped pestering me since. And don't listen to anything he's going to say. We all know who to trust here.
The lies are amazingly super coated, painted with different colors and then primed. Yeah, well done.
The actress in me.
Yeah, exactly. I can see the real life, the real life. Wait, shall I sign you right now? Shall I just send you?
Yes, I think you should. I think after a year, it's about time.
Yeah. I think we should write the contract on the toilet paper, because it's more expensive than anything else.
Well, make sure it's scented, okay?
Send you a box of.
I don't want any of this Tesco's basic.
Sainsbury's. We do that.
Yeah, Sainsbury's, yeah. Anyway.
Anyways, moving on. I'm just copying you. Shall I tell my version? Which is more like the honest and legit, truthful version of this, instead of listening to the painted with lies version of Maggie's. But maybe some element of truth in there. But my version is like, I saw this girl staring a day before, and I'm gonna leave it for another day.
Yeah, leave it for another day. Staring.
Because I'm
yes, but I will have to give some input as to the fact. Well, actually, okay, next time. I need to give some context about phone thieves at Starbucks.
Oh, yeah, yes. I think that'll be a better...
staring. But yes.
That's going to lead us into this conversation. Cool. So, enlighten us today.
Okay, so today's topic is we're gonna be talking about art, because I feel that it's something that we both feel really passionately about. What is your kind of philosophy regarding art? Like, why does it mean so much to you? What inspires you?
So art, I think art exists in every single form of life, the way you look at it. And it's like human brain is half logic and half artistic, and this is where the ideas come from, and without the ideas you cannot apply logic to it. So art is a part of human life. I think from birth, even before birth, when we are inside our mother's womb, we experience these amazing sounds and colors which we then somehow channel when we come into this life, and we are breathing air, and then we look around. Nature is an artist itself, and then you look up in the heavens and you see the same thing. You look around you, look at your fellow human beings, animals, insects, the colors, the structure. There is a sequence. It's like, it's mind-boggling. It's like you've been hit by a Thor's hammer and a train at the same time. That's how amazing it is. Each day, even the words we speak, if you start looking at it, there is a pattern going on. Human beings, if you listen to people from different parts of the world. And I think we are blessed to be living in a society when you can communicate, even though if you are living in one part of the world, it doesn't matter if the other friend of yours is on the other side of the globe, like 12 hours ahead of you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then even in their part of speech, or in their text, or in the way they are speaking, the way they are communicating, the way they are moving and doing their daily routines, there is a form of pattern, there's a rhythm, and that is life. Life is art. So if you take the element out, you become mechanized like robots, because robots cannot create. They are just mechanical being, and there is no life in robots. They are programmed to do it. So if you look at human beings and you look at the art, we go hand in hand. So we are created, we are designed to love arts. So you just have to find your field, your genre. Like, you are performing artist, you do a lot of performances, and it shows the amount of power arts have in sort of like balancing out your daily life. If you can explain more on that from your perspective, what do you think?
What about balance, do you mean?
Yeah.
Totally. Well, I think as Thomas Merton put it, he said, art enables us to find ourselves and to lose ourselves at the same time. And for me, I think it's really important when I have a really busy schedule to allocate time to art, because it's a really fruitful and productive way for me to channel a sense of stability and focus in my life that will give me the balance that I need for the rest of the day. So, and I think it's just such a beautiful way to channel any thoughts, energy, fears, hopes, aspirations onto a canvas, and escape from your reality whilst also delving into the deepest part of your subconscious at the same time. So for me, it really balances me in a way that also mindfulness does. But that is a topic that we will be covering next week. So I will leave that for now. But I think we're both really excited, aren't we? Because we're going to have a guest speaker on as well.
Yes.
But also, just as a final point, I think at the moment with everything that's going on in the current climate that we're in, this freak situation that we found ourselves in, I think that art is a great way to help with stress and anxiety, especially things like art therapy, which are fantastic. I mean, 74% of adults have expressed that they felt extremely overwhelmed by stress at some point in their lives, which I'm sure, I mean, don't quote me on this, but I'm sure that probably that statistic has increased given current situation. So I think it's just a great way to escape from reality in a very wholesome and healthy way, and I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, that's all for this week. Have you got anything else to say, Tyler?
Yeah, I am actually impressed by your research, madam. Well done. Well done. So you're an artist and you are a logical person. Woohoo! We're gonna have a right match now. Yeah, the next time.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. Yeah. You have to reflect on your daily life. You have to look at what you can do in these crazy times, like you mentioned, and you have to find some form of channeling your thoughts. And art doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be Leonardo da Vinci. If you look at kids, we all associate ourselves with kids one way or the other, because we still have a kid somewhere in our heart or in our brain. Even drawing just basic doodles, or writing your thoughts, or just writing a monologue, or just writing your like 3 or 4 lines in a form of a poetry. It works.
Absolutely.
You will feel much better. So yeah, just do this, or maybe throw a dance move, whilst you are in the kitchen. That'll do. Just gotta release some.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, I also find just if you get like a canvas and just put colors on the canvas that you're feeling. So something as basic as like anger red, or just you just feel really depressed, or just really negative black, or like a really dark blue, or anything, and it just kind of transfers that energy from yourself to the canvas, and then you don't feel as attached to it anymore, and you can look at it more objectively. So, but yes, on that note, I think it's the end of this week's discussion, my friend. But thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. We hope that you got something out of today's conversation with us, and we hope that you will join us in next week's podcast, which is on Wednesday, and we'll be discussing, like I said, mindfulness. So yeah, until next time, stay safe, stay positive, and stay true to you.
Yep.
Bye.
Keep on watching my coffee.
Yes, okay. Bye.
Hey, me again. So we would love to hear what inspires you in art and what your personal philosophy of art is. So please don't forget to send those in to us, either by private DMing us or tagging us, and we will read out our favourites in next week's podcast. Also, as we're both artists, please, we'd love your support by you following us at Tyler.Wanderer on his Instagram, and MLorente for mine. Mine is still a work in progress in regards to the art side of things, but Tyler has beautiful work that we would love your support in. And of course, you can follow us on watch_my coffee. Until next time.